What up YouTube, Asian Persuasion here, back with another profile for you guys. Today I went to my locals and just got first place, and I played what is on this mat. I got first place playing Dark World with the brand new support from Duel Links Nexus, which is that new card, Dark Corridor. The debate is always, as of right now, with that card is it a 1 of, is it a 2 of, is it a 3 of? Well, I can tell you after playing this deck at locals, that card is crazy. If I don't see it, I don't care if I have multiple. Obviously, you draw 3, it's not going to be the best hand. But your deck just cycles through so much, it doesn't matter. As long as you open 1, the card's crazy. Obviously, you get drawn, shit happens, life is rough. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys my initial build that I played and got first place in my locals today. Brand new format. Obviously, we're going to have a new set coming out soon, which is that Battling Boxer Volcanic Salmon Great set. But until then, this is what we have right now post Duel Links Nexus. So I'm going to show you guys what I played. Obviously, Dark World. First things first, we got 3 Rainbow Overking Dark World. Card summons itself from grave. Cards crack. Yeah, this card searches level 5 or higher. Discard when it's discarded by a card effect, it searches level 5 or higher. Dark World card. So it searches Grapha, Silva, helps you get your loop. This card's crazy. Yeah. Not once per turn. Level 8, Dark, Fiend, everything you want. Next up, you have the OG Grapha. This is the old school monster. He's really good going second, so I will never not play 1. 3's too many, 2's just perfect. So this card on discard, it pops any card on the field. And once again, it also has the effect where you can literally bounce from the grave. It's a summoning trigger. So Abyss Dweller does not turn this card off. It's because you're not activating it. You just bounce the Dark World from your field to turn it to hand. And obviously they have crack second effects. But I'm not going to go too far in depth into this deck. People kind of know what this deck does by now. This is the card looper, hand looper. This is how your opponent loses going. When you go first, you hit 2 cards, and then they have 1 card left. And you can rip the last card various ways. But this is the main card that gets people annoyed. So Silva's amazing. Need to play 2. And then we got the 3 Snow. This is the Rhoda of the deck. It literally searches your whole deck except for the new card. The new card is called Dark Corridor. It is not a Dark World card. That is the one downside of the card besides the heart once per turn. But this card's crazy. Snow helps you inherently just cycle through any card you need in your deck. Next up, the next busted card from the structure deck that made this deck very playable is 3 Genta, Gateman of the Dark World. Search the gates on this card, and then when he's banished, when you have a face-up Dark World card, you can special summon him from that banished pile. You can only special summon the card once per turn, though, so you can't like cross sheep it back that same turn because it can only special summon itself once. Just quick note on that. And some people would like to play 1 of this. I have a crazy locals, which literally means I literally got drolled so many games. It's crazy. I like to hard draw Ceruli to get the second bonus effects on my Dark World cards. This is personal preference. There's a couple combo lines with 2 Ceruli, so I personally prefer 2, but you can play 1 as you prefer. This is all personal preference. But to me, I like hard drawing Ceruli now with the Dark Corridor, because if they draw you and you already hard drew, you use Dark Corridor to search one of the pieces of the hand loop, and then you gotta literally get draw on a resolution. Then you can discard for the effect, and then Ceruli, Silva hand loop too, so they lose a draw and they lose 2 cards out of their hand if you hard drew the Silva and the Ceruli combo with the gate or with the corridor play. That rounds up the Dark World cards. We got the Dangers. I'm not playing too many. 2 Nessie, obviously. There's the better ones if it gets sniped, obviously. And the 1 Bigfoot, obviously, level 8 extender, pop a card. We got the 2 Mothman. Still one of the better ones. Be careful of mirror matches. There is some mirror matches that you have to be careful for, or Chillement. But in general, this against every other deck, you don't care if they draw on this card. You just help promote your engine more. He's level 4, Dark. Everything's perfect. Chupacabra, same thing. Level 4, Dark. It's a Fiend, though, so that's why he's good. And then Jackalope can help you manipulate levels, getting the 4 or the 8s. Obviously, he's limited to 1 you can't play anymore. And then the Honorary Danger, Zephyros. He just helps you extend a little bit further, and he helps you with the rank 4s and link plays. Also, just the 1 Catalyzer. I still like this card as a 1 of. It's just like a controlled danger, and also he's recursion from the graveyard, so I really like Catalyzer. And then a brand new card from Duel Links Nexus that people are kind of sleeping on. I don't think really people really know about this card. But Diabolica, the Draconic General. This card helps Dark World, and it's not even a Dark World card. So this card's a level 8 Dark Fiend. And then a Fiend monster, except this card, is sent to your graveyard by a card effect, which is like Dangers, Dark World cards, Gates. And except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. Or even if it was there, sent from the hand as well. But banish it when it leaves the field. And if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one Fiend monster in your grave except this card and then add it to your hand. You can only use one effect per turn and only once that turn. So this card's an extender that helps you make Coach King Giant Trainer, and he's recursion from the grave. Either one that you see fit. So that card's crazy. Help me make Coach King all day today. The Gate of the Dark World, it's a 3 of. Gotta play this. I disagree with the 2 ofs. I hard draw one almost every time, so being able to search the other 2 is still very important with Genta. Yeah, that card's crazy. The card that people are debating, the 1 of, 2 or 3 of. Alright, in my personal opinion, I feel this card's a 3 of. If you do not see this card, even I card destruction for 5, and I still didn't see the card, and I still lost that game, which is crazy, because Exo Sisters is nuts, and they had the Abyss Dweller and the Santaphon monster that didn't let me do anything, so that was crazy. But this card is a 3 of. Do you ask yourself, how many Pot of Prosperity do you play? For this is an anime card, man. This is a fan card. Like, they made this card up. The only downside is a hard once return, and this card is literally not have Dark World in its name. It's called Dark Corridor. So you're playing 3 this card because you're going to be playing 3 Pot of Prosperity because this is how your deck goes. This is my personal opinion. Fight me about it. I honestly think this card's cracked. Every time I saw this card, I was winning that duel. Like, this card helps you set up your Cerulean loop so much more consistent. And it can help you play around draw a little bit better. Because if you don't ask this, they just die. And if they don't draw you, they just lose their whole hand. So, yeah, the card's crazy. My personal opinion, it's a 3 of. Next, we got the normal 1 ofs. We got the 1 Archives, the 1 Accession. These are still just standard. These are good cards. And then we got the 3 Allure Darkness. This card helps you dig, helps you see more cards. Draw power is good. Banishing is okay. We don't care about extra copies of extra monsters. We got the 1 Triple Tactics Talent. The 1 Triple Tactics Thrust. Because this searches all kinds of cards. This card Thrust can search Talent. It can search Allure. It can search Corridor. Like, it gets you there. And then obviously it searches the Egyptian God card in your deck, which is card destruction. Yeah. Tactics Thrust is perfect in this deck because you can trigger your Cerulean on their board, which means they trigger their monster, which means you can activate either one of these that turn. And then my 40th card, so this is a lot of theory I've been playing with this deck, is if I get Drolled, I want an Egyptian God card in my deck, and it's thrustable as well. So there was a couple games I got Drolled, and I just thrusted to set the Eradicator, and I just still won that game. Like, I got Drolled, but I gotta hit all your spells and or traps, and then I just somehow come back and win the game. This card's crazy. So I just like that because it's good going first, it's good going second. It's just a really good thrust card. I found myself not enjoying drawing Kaijus going first, so I just completely dropped them and opted to play cards like this Eradicator. And so far I love it. It's so much better, especially with the 3 consistent cards of Dark Corridor in your deck. It helps your deck just go. So that runs out the deck. 40 in the main. I really like the Eradicator. Let me know what you guys think down below of the main deck. I really like it right now. Obviously, things can change. It can be tweaked. You can have more going second cards, but I just put all gas, no brakes. Even going second, I won a couple games just because my dudes are huge. I have big monsters. So this deck is actually really good going second too, surprisingly. So extra deck, we got the 2 Graph Fusion. Obviously, I just don't want to have not the access to the second one. You don't really use too much of your extra deck if you really play this deck a lot. You need the number 60 Pot of Greed, draw 2, discard any card, crazy. The deck has a hard time going second, so this helps you just bait everything. It's a Fiend, it's crazy. Exciton Knight, easy to make with the Renge, or the Genta, I said Renge, the Genta, and then any Danger or a level 4. Baguska if you get shifted, and the Egyptian God card, go Giant Trainer, really good with that new the Diabolica card. Next up we got Cross Sheep, we got Muckracker, Insane, and we got obviously the normal stuff. We got the Security Dragon, the Akashic Magician. This is how you do the Silva loop multiple times, bouncing Ceruli and Silvas or Dangers. We got the breakable cards. We got Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn, and then Big Daddy Unicorn, Big Daddy Griffin. So you're gonna optimally end on Griffin. You could have Muckracker and your extra monster zone Griffin right under it, and then you could have a Graph of Fusion in the middle. So that's generally your end board. On top of them losing their whole hand, and they could, if they don't lose their whole hand, they're gonna draw the 2. If we rip the last one with Talents or Cerulli, then they have top deck 1. And then the last card is Yugioh. Crazy. Extra deck could take some work, I think. No, I don't know. Maybe I used everything, so it was good for me. Next up for the sideboard, we got the 1 gold, because when you go in second, you really don't get the optimal use out of Silva. So I like to take out Silva for this, and then instead of playing the second gold, I actually opted to play this new card, or this really old card, Rainbow, which will be actually kind of playable when we get the new fusion for the next set. But this card, if it's discarded by your opponent's card effect, you can pop all monsters they control or all spell and traps they control. But the only downside of this card is it doesn't just special summon itself like gold or Silva, because it's not discarded off your opponent's card effect. So if you get this discarded, it's not that good, but I like the fact that you can get Corridor and then use a Cerulli, and Cerulli can summon to their board, and Cerulli can discard this and just board wipe their whole back row. That happened once. This card's crazy. It was way better than gold in that situation, because gold only hit 2 cards, I hit 4 cards. So yeah, I actually like that. It's pretty good. It's like easy Silva side out, you side in these 2, because these are searchable off of the Rainbow. And next we got the 2 Kaijus. Obviously these are good. You can try Lava Golem, but I like those spot removal better. Next we got the Harpy's Feather Duster, thrust target as well. We got the 3 Dark Looter no more, because I can pretty much break any board and summon big dudes. I don't need to OTK. I can set up my own board. Dark Looter is good in this deck. And then we got the extra Eradicator for the back row / mid-range decks. Then we got 3 Skill Drain for going first and or second, depending on the matchup. This card's just really good because my monsters are huge. And then the best board breaker in the game currently is still Evenly Matched, in my opinion. Evenly to match their board, and then you just wipe their whole board and then set up your board. Welcome to basic Yu-Gi-Oh! Very easy wins. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below of my main deck, side deck, extra deck, of the new Dark World deck profile, post-DUNE format. I really like this tech. I think you guys should try it. Because if you ever play this deck with like the Kaijus and the Lava Golems, you'll find that just like having those go first, it just feels so bad. But this is just like a really good going first or second card, because I can break a board and make a board. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. If I'm incorrect or correct about this, it's all personal opinion, guys. If you gotta play 3 Prosperity, that's how I look at it. This card is the best card in the deck, hands down. 100% best card in the deck. I love this deck now. Yeah, shout out to all the peeps at locals. Yeah, don't get drolled. Oh, I'm just kidding. It happens, man. Droll happens, shifter happens, and I still won those matches. You just gotta grind through it, take care of your resources, outmaneuver your opponent. You gotta hope you just gotta hope sometimes, and that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Welcome to basic Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, guys. Let me know in the comments down below, changes down below, what you guys would do, what you guys think of the deck post-DUNE, and we're signing out with that. Peace.